Welcome to the Wild Wild West. Nah, I'm just trolling with you. Yo, a day with Florida's wildest sheriff. Okay, I don't know too much about what goes on over there. I'm down to know what goes on. Let's see. Talk to me nice.
On Facebook, TikTok, or other social
that guy looks
media,
like
the
that.
St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office has made a routine of putting arrests and suspects.
He looks like one of the guys on a y'all wouldn't know. He's like a lawyer. He be on YouTube Shorts. That sounds so crazy, guys. Yes, I do watch YouTube Shorts sometimes. Yes, I do. I can admit it. I'm not perfect.
But the videos are becoming heavily scrutinized now by Mackenzie LaPointe, a U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida.
When we have those that are going to come into our community and try to victimize them, we're going to chase them to the end of the earth.
Who's the best at pit maneuvers in this room?
Probably me, because I'm an instructor on it.
A lot of these individuals
Because I'm the instructor. What is this poll?
take flight.
Is no one with a mask? Is nobody with a mask? What are we doing?
So they had enough balls to come here and victimize our citizens. Our deputies are going to put them through the ringer. They're going to end up landing in Pearson's penthouse where they belong.
Pearson's penthouse.
Florida
It sounds like this guy. I don't know if it's just me, but this guy sounds like he enjoys capturing people. You get what I'm saying? It's like he enjoys the thrill of putting people in prison.
For their no-nonsense, tough-on-crime approach. And perhaps no man better exemplifies this than...
Yo, Tall, stop the polls. What are you doing? You're just putting any miscellaneous ass poll. We're good.
St. Lucie County Sheriff Keith Pearson.
Please take that poll down. What are you doing?
We're in the age where you wonder if the police body cam footage will be released to the public. He takes an unorthodox approach, broadcasting live, using social media to amplify his mission and encourage transparency.
Putting this on social media is kind of crazy.
I'm
gonna be honest with you. I don't know what made them think that was a good idea to add, or like, isn't that legal? Couldn't you like sue somebody for that?
Duty. He has spent years in the field, going on raids, doing high-speed chases in the Hellcat.
Yo, Tall, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Why is this poll still up? Wait, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why was the poll still up? What? Stop just putting miscellaneous polls for no reason, bro. Come on. All right, let's go.
And rocking the shiesty mask before it became popular. But to others, his antics are too much. I
feel like it's a little wild if I just say so myself.
For being controversial.
I'm be honest.
This man is unethical. He should not even be our dog catcher.
Now by Mackenzie LaPointe, a U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida. Through a public record request, I learned LaPointe and Pearson discreetly spoke on the phone in April. LaPointe's concerns the videos hurt law enforcement's credibility. This is the first post LaPointe says he took issue with, writing, quote, "This disturbing image comes across as if the sheriff is posing with an antelope that he just shot on a safari."
Together.
Yeah, it looks like he enjoys it. I think that's a very weird thing that you're taking screenshots of these people that are arrested, sitting on the ground. Bro was even looking away, and you're still trying to take a selfie with him.
We get to dive in.
It kind of looks a little dirty to me if I do say so.
With Florida's wildest sheriff. Let's get to it.
And guys, let me know in the comments, is it a good idea for a sheriff to leverage social media and be more transparent to the people that elected him? Or is it unprofessional to be filming the people you arrest?
I think that's very unprofessional to be filming them. Especially if you're going to film them and then put it like publicly online. I think that's very crazy. What's the issue? Bro's the police chief and he's going around taking pictures of everybody after he arrests them. You know what I mean? He'll arrest them getting raided or beat up or arrested and he'll publicly post it. And especially if you're putting it on TikTok, it has access to everybody. In comparison to it being just on the body cam. Because on body cam, you got to wait if it goes out, if not, you know? I think it's kind of crazy, bro.
The sponsor of today's video,
Atomic Defense. And
that's some I do. Why would you do that? I should add a tree section to court.
If you have a dangerous job, like law enforcement or security, they have the gear that's going to help keep you safe.
This is some bad boy.
Add that into the video ideas or to ideas. I'm down to see what that is.
This is a level 3 plate carrier, which means average blick on the street.
Warzone.
If you're talking AK-47, AR, pistol, even if I had a switch on it, this thing protects you. And they have gear for everybody from police officers to civilians. This is some of the best shit in the game.
And if you have operations in the dark, they have some of the best night vision in the game. I mean, look at their clients. They're trusted by Sheriff,
International Legion Difference of Ukraine, The Great Seal of the State of Utah. Okay.
School districts, even the Department of Homeland Security.
Oh, they got Homeland Security.
And they made a custom link for you, the viewer, to shop their collection.
Why did bulletproof mask? $400? I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. They kind of expensive, bro. Is that just me? Am I crazy? Am I wild?
Wearing one of those.
Your safety is #1 and always worth.
Gang, is this an ad? Is this an ad? What are we doing?
Hey there, I have a meeting with Sheriff Pearson, just trying to get through the fence.
This is a Tommy G vid.
Good morning, how are you?
Hey there, Mary Ann. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Okay,
meet you
lovely
too.
people.
Good morning to you. Good to meet you, man.
Oh, absolutely.
How are you?
You're all
I've always seen like Florida's a movie, bro. They literally made an entire, like, I think it was part 6 of JoJo's was all based in Florida. So Florida has to be one of them craziest places, bro.
Yes, this is
I think stuff just
apparently
always
can
goes
stop
down in
most
Florida.
things in the street today, from ARs to AK-47s to blickies to even guns with switches, which I'm sure you've encountered out in the wild.
No, we have Glock Amazon switches, and
You can buy a switch off of You can buy a switch off of Amazon? Is that what I'm hearing?
everything coming over from China. In the free state of Florida, you know, we're a Second Amendment state. You can go to a gun shop and buy one.
Really?
You know, so
You can buy switches in Florida?
Yeah, absolutely. You can modify.
Wait, whoa. How didn't bro know that? I don't know much about Florida like that. You could legally buy a switch? Yo, every other state, those are illegal. You just walk into the gun store and just
modify your
The
gun.
ATF doesn't come running?
Well, you have to go through the process. You still have to
Okay.
go through the ATF process. I encourage our deputies to go out
It's
there
legal?
and arrest anyone who wants
everywhere? Oh yeah, here it's
to
crazy.
victimize our criminals. I encourage them to do that. When we have those that are going to come into our community and try to victimize them, whether it's porch pirates, whether it's people looking to smash and grabs, we're going to chase them to the end of the earth.
Why?
These individuals have an extensive criminal history, very violent, lots of narcotic sales. They know that they've been doing wrong, breaking the law for quite some time. They just don't know when they're going to get caught again. So just our mere presence, a lot of these individuals take flight.
What do you do? What do you do? Oh my gosh. All they did was they pulled up, stopped, and they just ran at somebody. I didn't even see the person. I don't know what they had. I don't know what they were doing.
Going around the house! Right there, make a left! Yeah, I got to see. We just came to check a house that we've done multiple sales of cocaine at.
If they get in the vehicle and they decide to run, our deputies not only have the training, they have the policies to back them up to stop them in their tracks.
Do you guys do pit maneuvers?
100%. We're at the brink of society running rampant.
Wait a second. I got a conspiracy theory. What if this is probably how GTA 6 will be? Because y'all know GTA 6 is taking place in Florida. Thoughts and opinions? Am I crazy? I think Miami.
What do you see as the biggest challenge in your way for fighting crime right now?
Yo, cops hitting cars? Come on, bro. I feel like that's just insane.
Soft on crime ideology. Those that, you know, want to hand out ice cream cones to felons instead of handcuffs. But we know January 20th, a lot of that's going to change. You know, the handcuffs are going to be coming off federal law enforcement and going back on the criminals where they belong. Yeah, I'm St. Lucie County Sheriff Keith Pearson. Franklin Sanders and his juvenile companion thought they were going to come through St. Lucie County with the stolen vehicle, with the Broward Task Force on their tail. Ain't happening.
I'm not going to lie to you. This looks crazy. Does this not look crazy to y'all? No, keep it a buck with me, bro. I think this looks crazy. Because you got to think about it like this, bro. Suppose this best case scenario, the guy on the corner down here, his life gets better, right? He changes for the better and he's done committing crimes. This is immortalized on the internet and not just his record. There will always be a video of him somewhere online, easily accessible, of him sitting at the car, head in the freaking door, looking like he's passed out. I just feel like this adds just more embarrassment, which I feel like is a little unnecessary. Or is that just me?
Stolen vehicle with the Broward Task Force on their tail.
Pretty bad.
Ain't happening.
Part of me thinks in the prison system we should come up with a better way to determine if someone could be more of an attribute.
Well, hopefully individuals who hadn't crossed that line to victimize our citizens see these videos and they understand that, you know, there's consequences to actions.
But I think, but like, okay, even though you're justice, but it's like I feel like you're kind of making it worse. Like, I understand why you did it. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I see where your mentality was when you decided to do this. But it's like, I don't know. I just feel like this is a little like, I feel like this is a little extensive. You know, I feel like this is a little too high. You know, because I feel like that's more of like, once a criminal, always a criminal, which I don't feel like is always fair. You know, because this always goes back to environment as well. People in certain environments have a stronger tendency to turn out a certain way than if they weren't to be in that environment. You get what I'm saying? So if Mamba mentality, if I was to sit there and be like, I don't know. I don't really know how to really describe it, but this doesn't sound right to me. This seems very, very off.
Oh, you got some warrants there, Michael.
I got warrants?
Yeah.
For what?
Sale and delivery cocaine.
Bruh?
Dang! That's a whole lot of money.
I got 4 sale charges. I got 4 sale charges. Who I sold and delivered to?
You have agencies, and mainly in our northerner states, that have woke ideology. You can't hold the criminal accountable if you can't catch them. So if they know you're going to get behind them and turn the lights on, they're going to flee, well, what are they going to do? They're criminals. They don't want to be caught. So of course they're going to stop. But if they get behind and they know a deputy's behind them or a Florida trooper's behind them and they put the lights on, they know I've got about 5 seconds to make a decision before they put me in a ditch. So they had enough balls to come here and victimize our citizens. Our deputies are going to put them through the ringer, and we're going to let them. They're going to end up landing in Pearson's penthouse where they belong.
Pearson's penthouse. Most police forces around the country have shied away from social media, but you lean into it.
That's what the people want. When you communicate.
Do you think people really want to see that though? I'm asking, like, what do y'all think? I guess so, because this video's out, but like,
communicate with the public. They want
I think this is a very, very extreme
but the media is
version.
fake. We all know that. The future is YouTube channels. The future is connecting with the community directly, cutting the middleman out, who's going to change it to fit their agenda. What do the traditional media folks do?
He's not lying.
They take your video, your story, they put their own words over it and package it.
There you have it.
The Real plays music with what he called racially insensitive references. In a response, Pearson said plays music.
No. That's insane. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. Now it's starting to look a little racist. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's starting to look a little racist. I was looking and I'm like, okay, what's the problem here? What's the problem? And then he decided to, like, when you put the song on the reel. Why did you put, when you put somebody up, niggas in Paris? That, come on, bro. This definitely seems a tad bit racially motivated. Just a little bit. This is a little wild.
What he called racially insensitive references. In a response, Pearson said, quote, that he wholeheartedly disagrees with your statement and that, quote, we will continue to highlight criminals and crimes in an effort to dissuade those thinking about breaking our laws.
And again, the woke ideology, Florida is where snowflakes come to melt, and I hope it stays that way.
You want to give us a tour?
Yeah, we'll give you a tour.
What do y'all think, bro? I feel like that's like arresting, like you as a cop, like arresting somebody, or that a black person, and then saying niggas in Paris as the song, or even anywhere. I just feel like that's a little bit unprofessional. I just feel like it can be seen in a way that causes more distrust between the people and the police department, where it's like, I feel like that adds unnecessary friction, if I do say so myself. Because that was like, that's completely unprovoked.
Sheriff and a chief of police?
So the sheriff is constitutionally elected.
Okay.
So we're elected, just how the president is elected. The chief of police works for a city, municipality.
Police chiefs get appointed by city leaders like the mayor or city council, and sheriffs get elected by the people of the county every 4 years. The other big thing is jurisdiction. Police chiefs typically run a town or city, while sheriffs run the entire county.
How many people do you oversee?
So right now we're at about 750. We have deputies in every single school in St. Lucie County to ensure our kids stay safe. So we have 18 years of these kids seeing our deputies every single day in a positive light. They're not only there to make sure that, you know, our kids engage with law enforcement, they're there to protect our kids. Major Steve Sigmund, he's in charge of law enforcement. And when you ask how does it feel to be the CEO of a $100 million company with you're close to 800 employees, you can't do it without, you know, great leaders like Major Sigmund.
What builds that budget? How do you get the money for that budget?
Citizens, you know, we go through a budgetary hearing every year. The county commissioners approve the budget.
The sheriff's office is largely taxpayer funded?
It's 100% taxpayer funded.
No civil forfeiture?
No civil forfeiture.
Okay.
Wow.
So this is our real-time
I don't even know what the civil forfeiture is.
We have our analysts here that throughout the day monitor radio channels if our deputies respond to a bank call, a stolen vehicle. We have
that's crazy. He probably was like, hey, yo, can you just look busy for a second? Because there's no way you just scrolling through that picture like he caught you. I strongly believe that's false.
Display up here to where we can see what's happening.
Oh,
the ladies inside this room right here is literally the heartbeat of the agency. You know, they're funneling out information. When our deputies are responding to a bank robbery, when our deputies are responding to a missing child, they're sorting through all the background stuff because we want our deputies focused on driving, getting there as fast as they can. So this is a portion of our traffic unit. This is Sergeant Evans. He's in charge of the traffic unit.
Who's the best at pit maneuvers in this room?
Probably me, because I'm an instructor on it.
Some of you guys see some really rough things. They see, you know, kid neglect. They see abuse. They see shootings. They see dead people. I mean, they see a lot of really rough things.
Either make contact or entry at the residence that the two suspected homicide suspects are hiding in.
Moments later, a man fitting the description of the suspect exits the home.
White shirt coming out, appears
It's the shooting suspect.
Whoa.
How do you guys work through that?
We'll have our peer support group reach out to them, and it's an app that we put on their
work
phone so that they hit the button, whether it's alcoholism, whether it's financial issues, whether it's seeing something terrible, decompressing. We have that availability to them. If they want to step up and they think that they need the help, you know, we have those resources for them and their families.
What is your take on civil forfeiture?
Oh, I use it all the time.
What is civil forfeiture? Y'all got to start giving these definitions, bro. I don't know this off the jump.
This Mustang here was seized. This Mustang was seized from a chop shop. Mainly it's vehicles. You know, we'll have a drug dealer in a vehicle use a vehicle, you know, while they're committing drug deals, or we'll have street takeovers. You know, we had a motorcycle, BMW S1000 was seized from an individual who makes videos on TikTok.
No way you just aired out his entire social media, bro.
The police doing street takeovers, you know, driving 191 miles an hour, you know, just in and out of traffic. You know, just causing chaos, you know, running from the police. I think his quote was, he's happy that law enforcement agency is putting it to use that has the balls to drive it, or something along those lines.
We were talking earlier about property theft. That almost seems like legalized property theft, but under the badge doing it.
Well, if the forfeiture comes into when things are used as an instrumentality of a crime.
Okay, suppose I have a car, or not me. Let's not put me in this at all. Suppose somebody has a car. They take this car, but this car is very dangerous, a very, very dangerous car. Do you think it would be smart for, now that somebody gets arrested that owns the car stays with the family? You know what I mean? Or whoever's like a family member says, okay, you can have the car. Or do you think the police should just automatically be able to take it? I don't know.
Doesn't that sound like a little bit of a reach?
No, not at all.
I feel like that's a little bit much, to be honest.
A lot of the stories that people hear about is person driving down the road, they had a whole bunch of money on them, they stopped and they said, I think this is drug money. Yes. And they would take, those days are gone.
Okay. Do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous.
Are you having any trouble recruiting?
No, we've got lines around we're not the highest paid
so he's happy
either, but
they buy it off
being able to connect with the community, being able for the younger generation, the newer generation to see that we want them to be cops. As long as our deputies use their judgment and do it for the right reasons, I got their back 100%. But if they mess up and they do the wrong thing, I'm also going to slam them just as hard.
Yeah.
And folks,
Okay.
just a reminder, if you want to get the big dogs gotta eat sweatshirts,
I just feel like
RIP mainstream media.
I just feel like it kind of like borderline set the tone for me. Once you put the niggas in Paris thing as a, I don't know. I just feel like that rubbed me the wrong way. That's very weird. That's a very weird thing to do.
What's the most bizarre arrest encounter you've had on the job?
People being in a car naked, getting pulled over. I was in narcotics and vice for the longest time, and this is going back about 10 years ago. I go make a drug purchase. I think it was oxycodone at the time. I'm trafficking him out from an individual. He ends up getting arrested, goes through the process, gets in trouble, gets sentenced to prison, goes to prison for a year or two, gets out. The day that he gets out, I'm still in my undercover mode, just different places. We cross paths at a gathering at another event, and he's there selling again. Well, he recognizes me, and he goes, "Hey, you're that motherfucker that put me away." So there's no backup. There's no, if you're really undercover, you're really undercover. So I said, "Hey, man, my bad. The cops pulled me over on the way here.
Lies.
I didn't know you at the time, so I figured if I gave him somebody, they'd let off me, and they did. So my bad, I won't do you like that again." So he was thinking in his head, like, I would do the same thing. He's like, "Oh shit, makes sense." He goes, "All right." He sold to me again, right there on the spot. And then obviously he's in prison again. But that's
So anybody
wow. Oh wow.
who's been selling dope or hiding, they know we're coming for them. So we'll be right back out at it tomorrow.
SWAT team. Now we have SWAT team practice? Is that what this is? You just do one hand?
How are you?
the SWAT week this week.
What are you guys training for in particular now?
The basics of this training is from a source, Cadre Consultants. They're out of Broward. Ultimately, this is going to lead into CQC training.
Close quarter combat.
Yeah.
Now he's in charge of the SWAT team. He makes sure that every one of our deputies are dead accurate shots, as you could see. He makes sure that our training, their training is top tier level. Make sure that they have all the equipment they need to succeed the missions. He's directly responsible for every one of the SWAT team members. And again, it's a heavy burden to take on. To know that you're instructing and you're giving the team and the guidance to officers that have to wear ballistic material to go in there and get the people that.
I wonder how heavy ballistic iron is on the body. You know what I mean? Like, I see all these people that wear it because I don't necessarily know how heavy it is that they're wearing it for, or because I know they're wearing it for like a dumb long amount of time. But I truly don't know, bro. I'm gonna keep it above with you. I really don't know.
I don't want to be caught.
What's the biggest thing you want to accomplish in the county?
Probably just see some of the crime reduced. Some of the shootings. Fort Pierce has seen a lot of shootings. Maybe get in there and try to reduce some of the violence.
It's certainly a very high-risk job. What's something you think the average person back home might not know about your profession that you could tell them?
When they see all these guys with all this equipment on, sometimes they have a tendency to forget that there's a human being with a family, with kids, with loved ones that goes out and does this job every day to make other people safe, and just to kind of remember, they're not just machines, they're not robots.
How has it felt in the last 4 years?
That is true. I feel like a lot of people, once they see the badge, they completely forget that is another human. You know what I mean? And they just immediately say, "Oh yeah, we got to get him gone," or they retaliate against the police force. I don't know.
Especially since the George Floyd incident.
That happened in Florida?
People have just shit on it in America. A lot of people have.
We're not having those issues here because, we've always engaged with the community. Our previous Sheriff Ken Mascara, was in office for 23 years. His biggest focus was on community engagement and being personable, being tailorable. My cell number is out there to any one of our residents.
Really?
And I would say the pendulum's starting to go back the other way, where the public wants more cops in their community and wants them to, take action against all this crime.
Treat everybody with respect and show them that just because there's one bad apple in the bunch, the whole bunch isn't ruined.
That is true. Okay. To be fair, when the wrong person gets the badge, humanity goes out the window. Oh, that's facts. And it goes deeper than that, because just like, how can you gauge that? Because sometimes there'll be officers that are corrupt, but on paper they're perfect. They're the perfect officer for the perfect job at the perfect time, but once they get into the situation that they need to be, it immediately just goes straightwards downhill. So I don't know. They're probably doing a good job at vetting. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I don't really know how to describe it, bro. I feel like it's such a multi-layered issue. You know what I mean? Let's see.
How often when you guys are doing a raid, let's say you're raiding someone for fentanyl, how often does a shootout actually occur?
Oh, dang. All the SWAT boys pulled up. No gloves? No gloves? No gloves? Wouldn't this be a glove type job? Am I crazy? Is that just me? What? No?
He's right there. Come out! Come out now! Come out! Come on! Let's go! Let's go! Move! Move! I don't care! Move!
Shield up.
Coming up, Mikey. Small room, small room.
We'll clear this side of the house.
We surround the house. We make our presence
Dang,
known.
bro got no clothes on.
The presence of marked units and verbal de-escalation. We give the commands. We ask them to come outside. They 9 times out of 10 realize that we're not going anywhere. It is in fact a search warrant. We have a legal reason to be there. And generally they'll come out realizing that, look, there's a show of force. We're going to end up coming in anyway. It's inevitable. So we usually get the intended result with the least use of force possible.
Tonight we're taking part
cocaine bus.
Multi-agency.
So he's going to film a cocaine bus? You could do that? I just feel like it comes to certain crimes where it's more of like a, I don't know if they should be brought. I guess the news does it, so who knows? I guess so. The news does it.
Operation. Some of the detectives stopped the vehicle for some traffic violations, and they transmitted that they've recovered a large amount of narcotics. We're gonna head that way and see if we could help with anything. There it is. You know, it's inconspicuous. It's a
okay, that's
kilo.
drugs.
We hadn't had it cut and open yet to check it, but the dog alerted to it. They said the item was initially concealed underneath it in there, so we're gonna contact our crime scene unit, have them come out, process it. It's a fairly large amount of narcotics from what we're seeing at this point right now.
Yeah, it's all up in the seat.
And there's another kilo of cocaine.
What are the most common things some police departments are doing to drop the ball right now?
But when it comes down to,
they burnt the police
law
car?
enforcement, when it comes down to
Where was that?
fixing problems, you know, it's very simple. Just you got to go right back to the basics. You know, we've been a community, or we've been, you know, people have been on the earth for many years, and then we evolve. But you can only evolve so far. You know, evil's evil. You know, people are going to commit crime. You have to just face it straight on, and use what you have within your means. You know, budget plays a big role in it. You know, not every agency has the.
I feel like is that like people evolve, but like I feel like you have to also take a look at other countries, because there's different countries in the world that never have to go to such lengths. You know what I mean? I just feel like there's a level of corruption that happens where it's like, I guess my model example when it comes to like crime and like police engagement would be like Japan. You know what I mean? There's like very low crime that happens there. So I just feel like it also goes back to like the neighborhoods and what's going on, the type of people that are like being like heroes in the neighborhood. I feel like it all goes down to that, because it's like if you have a hood that doesn't have a change and the hood just continues to be a hood and keeps going down this degenerate pathway, all that's going to happen is more people are just going to keep going down the same path, and more cops are just going to be in the neighborhoods, which can create distrust when bad things happen. It's like, that's just you having more money to get more officers while the hood is still the hood, instead of, oh, let's just fix the hood. But who knows, bro? What do I know?
The budget to, you know, have the real-time crime center, to have LPR cameras that only assist our deputies with going out there and locking people up.
Okay. Wow, bro.
We're here at the Sheriff Aviation Unit. This madman's gonna take us up in the sky when there's an impending storm. I'm not exactly thrilled about it, but you bought the ticket, you take the ride. So on a risk scale, going up.
He's nervous.
I can't determine that until we actually see what's coming.
Until we fly, right? Fly
that sounds very dangerous. What do you mean fly till we fly?
Probably the three of us. That's all right.
Best of luck, guys.
His name is Schoner.
Sergeant Schoner. Yep.
He doesn't seem very excited right now, and he's.
Well, they're real serious, you know, because they
He's
take
real
their,
serious.
Yeah.
Is smiling a crime in this jurisdiction?
No.
This is one
Yeah.
way to spin the block, don't you?
I feel like that's a very, I feel like that as well. Because, like, do you have to be super serious to show authority? Or is that just one of those things that help? You know what I mean?
Think?
Oh, yeah.
Because when you see people, if you see a man walk into your house with, if you see a group of men walk into your house all wearing a badge, so they're under one uniform, one unity, and none of them are personable, all of them kind of operate like killing machines, it's kind of hard to treat them like, oh yeah, you're still a human. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, now you just look like, you know, you just do so, say so type vibes, if that makes sense.
We bend the block with this one, right?
You slid, Jet. You slid, Jet.
Who? I slid?
You slid, Jet.
Ah.
If we do spot
You
a
don't even know where
child
Jet is.
as we're flying, are we allowed to just shoot out of the window and try and get him?
No, can't do that.
Is that where we deploy the dogs and the tactical team?
I would radio down, but I don't think we're going to be able to see any predators from the sky.
Is it on
Sky
your dream
predators,
list
wow.
to arrest P. Diddy?
No.
So is this going to be a no-joke flight?
Yeah. Well, because you got to remember, we're going to be flying, you know, in the air. You know, there are a lot of instruments. You know, it's a
lot of things that need to be taken care of.
Our most. Look how clean the floor is. You know, very, very dangerous and serious flight.
Helicopters are a very important tool in crime fighting and public safety. For safety,
Facts.
a bird in the sky can help locate someone in the ocean that has had a boating accident, and for crime, it can help with things like smugglers using boats and high-speed car chases. Any car thief with enough experience will tell you that a helicopter adds another dimension of difficulty to getting away from the authorities.
That can be true. That's definitely can be true. Dang. 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 It's definitely a roll 2-free. I need that. So are they now about to do a drug bust? Drug raid? Well, I don't know if I didn't get all the details.
But that was actually pretty damn smooth. I enjoyed that. I'm glad we did it.
No, absolutely.
Doing that in the rain is kind of scary, bro.
Movements or is it busy or? I'm pulling up to the Sally Port. If you want to let us in, we're going to come into the Sally Port. If you just want to meet us out there, we've got upwards of 40 deputies on shift down here. I mean, it's one of the largest moving pieces. You know, because we're entrusted to
take care of
keep,
these people.
You know, our community safe.
Right?
What's happening, buddy? Good. This is our intake area. They get brought in.
This is where the
you know,
criminals
placed
go.
up here. They get searched. They make sure they have nothing in here.
Come on in here. This is where we do what we call the pat-down area, or to make sure no one has any weapons or drugs or anything like that before entering the secure area of the facility. All their property is taken from them at this point. Your misdemeanor and light felons in male will get blue uniform. You can see the orange over on the other side. If they are a violent inmate or they have a violent past.
They have a database that we do that we get a thumbprint from them, and it kind of puts a light, not an AFIS, but not a 100% fingerprint match, but it's our own little database because our deputies do have fingerprint readers on the street. So in the event that a deputy encounters somebody and they don't have ID or they don't want to be cooperative, we're able to use a small device to get a fingerprint. If they've ever been arrested before, it'll give us a close match to them. So it'll at least give us a roll. Now, this is our holding. Usually we'll keep people separate. You know, if we have males and females, we'll keep females in one, males in another. So when they come into here, this is an X-ray machine that they're able to do a body scan on to see if there's anything on them, you know, anything hidden in their cavities.
Check them in the rectum, they say?
Well, I'm not sure if that's the terminology they use, but this would be the device that does the body
It seems
scan,
like a very
and be able to determine.
I don't know. Like, I'm not mad. I kind of like the tour. The tour's cool. I'm getting a good idea of it, but are we still not gonna talk about that whole process? Like, why did you do that to somebody? Why did you post niggas in Paris? Timon looks tall. I don't know if he's like 5'8", or I don't know how tall he is. I'm gonna be honest with you. He might be like 6 foot 5'11". I don't know.
If there's something there hidden, sometimes when people come into the facility,
that guy's just short. I feel like that guy's just a shorter guy.
Just out of control or violent or wanting to fight or lash out.
It would suck to have to get strapped onto this.
It does. No, I think it would as well. But again, it's designed, you know, to prevent somebody from hurting themselves. Whether they're here, they're banging their head on the wall. But once they're in this, they're put on camera. They're on constant surveillance.
Who makes money from the bonds? The bond company.
Bail bondsmen and bail bond companies make money by charging a fee called a bail premium. For the service, the bail premium is usually a percent of the total bail amount. Okay, 10 to 50%.
I think it would be the
he's
bond
just short.
company.
Tommy
But you
says,
don't see any of that?
No, I wish. You know, it definitely help, but we don't get no money from tickets, despite what people think. We don't get any money from bondsmen, you know, when they process it. Like, so this is our processing area. This is Sergeant Lamb.
How you doing? I'm Tom.
Okay.
This is where they would take their photos, they'd fingerprint them, they'd put a wristband on them, and then when they're going to call their bondsman or make a phone call, here's the holding cell. You know, you have the phone call. So this is where they'd call home. You know, they've got a list of different bondsmen. They'd make their free call from here.
So 10 dudes could be in here, and they all share one toilet?
20 or 30 dudes in here.
And they all share one toilet?
Yeah.
You have to just, hey guys.
Sorry. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Any ventilation?
It's amazing that jail and prison isn't more of a deterrent. I can't imagine spending more than an hour here and being like, okay, I'm never doing anything again that'll get me here.
Well, if somebody out there is homeless and they don't have the means to have their house or food or whatever, or warmth,
they'd probably come
when are they
to
going to come here? They're going to come here during the winter times.
Of course, so I totally get it for a homeless person. This is a great option if you're homeless. But
why? Why don't we just do better shelters? You know? Why should my mentality be, yeah, I got to go to prison. I got to go to prison for 3 months so I can get out of the cold. I feel like I should be I don't know, bro.
For the other guys, what do you think makes someone a habitual offender? Like, why do you think this isn't bad enough to not want to repeat?
Really not much more than we can attribute it to that. It's just how they're raised. We do have programs here to hopefully get them out of that. But some of them are just going to keep coming back and forth.
Does that blow your mind a little bit, though?
It did when I first started. Been here almost 18 years. I'm kind of
used to it.
Moved to it at this point, so it doesn't really affect me anymore.
You know, on the flip note, look how clean this place is. I mean, who wouldn't want to come to Pearson's penthouse? It's pretty clean.
You hear yourself?
Oh, come on.
Thank you.
I think they had 4 bag lunches for us. This is our lunch. We haven't been busy.
Thank you.
4 bag lunches? What is it, sandwiches?
This is a typical jail meal.
When they go out, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, 2 sandwiches. Oh.
Turkey.
This actually doesn't look so bad.
No, it doesn't.
You have a close-up. I don't know what kind of.
Oh, you got a nice thick slice. Look at that. You got a thick old slice.
Look at the pattern of the meat.
All right, 1 bite. Everyone knows the rule. What do you grade that turkey sandwich?
Right.
1, they actually have a real thick piece of turkey. If this was an airport, it'd be like, a fraction of this. I'd say as far as jail food goes, this is pretty good.
Good. I'm glad that our culinary department is up to par.
I can already tell how it tastes.
How does it taste?
It doesn't look good.
Bread and turkey.
Guys, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not a sandwich guy, bro. I don't like sandwiches. I'm not a big fan of sandwiches. It's not like I'm bougie or nothing. I just feel like there's better meals that someone could have instead of a sandwich. Like, I don't like, I gotta do like a hot sandwich or something. A cold sandwich just doesn't sound good. Like PB&Js and ham and turkey or turkey and cheese, all that does not sound appealing to me. You know what I mean? That does not sound appealing at all.
Like a sandwich that you just had some cold cuts that Boris had, right?
I think it's in Norway. They make the prison like really comfortable and make it a community, and it works. They have most successful rehabilitation process in the world. See? When you're in a situation like this, you're not rehabilitating. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like jail and prison are supposed to be a rehabilitation center, but it has been changed to like a timeout. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of where you're getting all these repeat offenders because they're not learning anything when they go to timeout. So they can have their entire life going to timeout all the time, not realizing what's really wrong or how to change what they're doing in their life. It's like you want repeat offenders.
I feel like it's really good bread. Like the bread I thought the bread was gonna be more tough or like more kind of stale.
They went to prison and he said it makes you worse. Exactly. It is very rare that someone that has went to prison and came out became a better man. It happens, yes. But like from the stuff you see, from the stuff that you hear, from the stuff that just naturally goes on, and people are not like, it's kind of like a free for all in jail. You know what I mean? And then people start making factions. Bro, are people really getting help? Is jail and that makes you question, is jail really to help people? You know what I mean?
While it's important for Keith to be tough on crime, he's also passionate about building opportunities for the community. Here's a gym that his father started in his time as an officer, and Keith has kept going while he's worn the badge.
This is our way that we give kids in the community to have a place to come to. This is 100% volunteer base, so everyone that comes in here.
So this is provided by the department.
We gotta be more like Norway. I agree, but it's just like, do they want to be like Norway? Prison looks comfortable, but at the same time, prison should be a deterrent. Like, nobody should be like, oh, nah, bro, my 1-bedroom apartment is so trash. Going to prison would probably be better, you know?
It's totally funded from the community. The building's owned outright by the nonprofit.
So they have there. I'm gonna look after this video.
We were talking a little bit earlier about giving kids options and opportunity.
Facts,
this is
bro.
The best one to do that.
Get them out.
So 1994, we saw that a lot of kids in our community didn't have the parents, didn't have the mentorship, didn't have the guidance.
That all goes back to everybody's working.
So we brought a police athletic league here to our community to give kids the key word, opportunity. We've sent kids to the kids from our community. We've sent to the Olympics with the traits and characteristics that they build.
Like who?
So we're taking action. We're putting programs in place. It's free to the kids there.
So what you're starting to hit on that I think is really important is the community policing aspect.
You have to be a part of your community to effectively police your community.
Agreed.
If you're just running off of policies and not changing with the community, not engaging with the community, then that's all you're going to be. The community's not going to have trust in you because you're only going to be there when there's problems. We focus on combat sports because if you do team sports, think of this for a second. There's football practice. Your parents just got into a fight or someone just got arrested or there's an alcohol substance abuse and you missed practice. Now you're letting the team down. When you come back, what happens? You get benched. You get benched for no other reason that you missed practice for things out of your control. So doing combat sports, boxing, wrestling, karate, it's you against you. So if they come and they miss a week, when they come back, they could pick up right where they left off.
And the self-confidence to be able to defend yourself.
You're pissed off at the world. You come in here, 9 out of 10 times, these kids never even make it to the ring. But they'll go back to one of those punching bags there, and they'll let go of that frustration.
I'm trying to expand and do other.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
Okay, how hard is it to recruit your friends to come train here?
My friends not really so hard. It depends. Like, it depends if you know somebody that's like motivated or like very dedicated. Like, if you surround yourself with people that are driven, it's not really so hard.
Facts, bro. It's always your circle. You got to be aware who's in your circle, before you know. I was going somewhere with that. I don't know. My brain's like, it's all everywhere, bro.
1994. So there's generations of people who've come here for just that opportunity to come out and go to different events. And we're not a typical gym. When you go away on an event, what does it cost you? We pay for the transport, we pay for the house, the hotels. We set them up there. We've got great mentors that are here. Nobody here gets paid. This is 100% volunteer based.
Wow.
It's for the community, by the community.
2025.
For the community, by the community. That's a very good idea, bro. I'll only worry about the
to knock out of the park.
Well, we just want to secure our borders. We're 60 miles away from the Bahamas. And what happens is, when the border in Texas tightens up, we have vessels that come over. So we have those that want to enter our country illegally. And when they come over illegally, this isn't humanitarian. This isn't families. Most of them have criminal backgrounds, and they're bringing kilos of fentanyl, kilos of cocaine, weapons, things to harm our citizens.
Most of the people you encounter crossing the border have criminal backgrounds.
Yes, sir. You know what? I'm reflecting back on that question that you asked me earlier. Well, what's the goals for 2025? America first. We're going to put America first. We're going to put our American citizens first. We're going to put our border first. We're going to put the lives affected by the poison fentanyl coming into our communities first.
Folks, this was an inside look into the wildest sheriff in Florida. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
It didn't sound that bad. In the beginning, it sounded very crazy. But then afterwards, it started to make a better turn where it's like, oh, yeah, I'm here for the community. But like, it sounded like he got a good head on his shoulders. Maybe that, that niggas in Paris thing is still throwing me off. I feel like that's you as a police officer doing that is very, very odd. Very, very odd. That still rubs me the wrong way to this day. You know what I mean? Regardless, I hope all of y'all enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Kid Absolute. I'm going to catch you on the next one. BTL4L. Since you made it to the end of the video, you might as well pull up to the Twitch. We'd appreciate you because you're a real one.